The old man sat down heavily in his chair, letting out a long sigh. Outside, the wind was beginning to pick up, but inside it was warm and the tea was hot. She never came home again, and now he was sitting here alone, drinking his tea, listening to the wind howl outside and wondering why. The wind was getting stronger now. The trees were bending low under its force. But the old man wasn't looking at the trees. It was only the woman who cleaned his house once a week. She always came on Wednesday. But today was Wednesday, and she shouldn't be here for another 2 days. She made his favorite meal, the one his wife used to make. He flipped through the pages, stopping at a picture of a young couple. He traced the outline of the woman's face with his finger. It was her, his love, his life. He still had her picture. Of course, he still had her picture. How could he have forgotten? He had a picture of her tucked away in his wallet. He took it out and looked at it. He could almost feel her hand on her lips on his. He closed his eyes and whispered, "I love you." Then he opened his eyes and saw that she was gone, and the echo of her empty chair still remained. The aroma filled the house, bringing back a flood of memories. The old man sat there mesmerized, watching her move about the kitchen, moving like a ghost from the past. Soon it was time to eat. The woman served the food, and the old man sat down at the table. He ate slowly, savoring each bite, pretending that she was there beside him. "I thought you weren't coming today," he said. The woman smiled back. "I had some time, so I thought I'd come early. You need some help, Mr. Williams." The old man shook his head. No, I'm fine." He turned away, trying to hide the tears that were welling up in his eyes. He couldn't let her see him cry. He was a strong man, wasn't he? He was a strong man. He just didn't want her to see him like this, so broken, so lost. His gaze was fixed on the road. A lone figure was walking down the road, walking away from him, and the old man felt a pang of jealousy. The old man poured himself another cup of tea, then went back to staring out the window. He watched as the lone figure on the road disappeared from view. Who was she? Was she happy now? Had she found someone else? Was that why she left him? Did she love someone else more than she loved him? He wanted to shout. He wanted to scream and make the world listen. He wanted to tell them how much he loved her, had loved her, still loved her. But his voice wasn't his. He was just an old man. What could an old man do? Who was she walking towards? Who was she going to? Why was she leaving him? Questions. So many questions. And no answers. Why did she leave? What had he done? He still didn't have an answer. All he knew was that she loved him. She'd told him every day that she loved him. And then one day she just stopped loving him. Or so he thought. Because sometimes in the middle of the night, he'd wake up and he'd think he could still hear her voice, calling out his name, calling out to him from somewhere far away, from beyond the grave, maybe? But when he woke up in the morning and the sun was streaming through the window, the house was silent, and he knew then that it had all been a dream. That wasn't fair. No, it wasn't fair at all. It was good tea, too. Not that he'd had much else to do for the past 3 years, not since she'd left 3 years. He still couldn't believe it. It didn't seem possible that so much time could have passed. It felt like just yesterday that they were sitting right here, just like now. Except then, she was here beside him, her hand resting lightly on top of it, and they were arguing. Oh, not a bad thing. It was their usual Sunday morning routine. They argued about everything and nothing, and then they'd laugh, throw their heads back and laugh until the tears came. Then they'd sit in comfortable silence, sipping their tea and stealing small glances at each other. It was perfect. Sundays were perfect. Every day was perfect with her. But then she stopped coming home on Sundays. And then she stopped coming home on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. He got up from his chair, walked over to the window, and looked out at the gray sky. Suddenly, he felt a hand on his shoulder. The old man whirled around. Who was it? Who was there? But when he saw, he smiled. The woman didn't ask any questions. She just started dusting the table, and soon the room was filled with the scent of lemon and lavender. When the woman was done cleaning, she set about preparing lunch for the old man. After lunch, the old man took out his old, worn photo album.